a couple of things that I would say is the deal I'm talking about in San Diego, it was picture perfect for a few reasons. The first reason was everything that he listed on the PPM and everything that he put out there from the beginning, it was really accurate. And so most of what happened over the next year, 2 years, really was laid out well in the initial outlook. So he knew what he was doing. He had done enough deals to expect the unexpected and put some buffer in there so that, you know, a brand new investor like me back then wasn't taken off guard if there was massive expenses that were unexpected and things like that. So it was really setting the deal up well and helping, you know, me understand it and really having enough experience to predict some of the issues that were going to come up, because if they were disclosed from the beginning, if there was an expectation from them, then it didn't catch me off guard, you know, when we would do our quarterly calls and stuff like that. You know, it was like, you know, if you remember, you know, what we had in that spreadsheet said this and that came to pass, you know, like, so to me, that was a big part of it. The second part was, you know, for me, everyone likes, you know, I like that 7, 8, 9% pref, but I really like IRR. You know, like for me, I'm in real estate investing for a long-term return. And so what I want to know is my money secure? What is the total deal going to yield in the long run? Because I think sometimes you get so focused on what is it going to yield, you know, annually, year over year, and you kind of get, you know, locked into what's my pref, and I think that that's our security blanket. But to me, I would rather concern myself with IRR, because the reason I'm in this is to secure my wealth, grow it over a more lengthy period of time, and then lastly, you know, he set the tone. You know, he said, you're think of your money being invested in this project for 4 to 5 years, you know, and so when he set that expectation, and then, you know, really the rehab, we rehabbed, or he rehabbed, I was the passive, right? So they did all the work. I just got to sit there and watch it. They rehabbed about 120 of the 130 units, just as how the deal worked out. And then we refied. And then when he wrote me a check back for my initial amount, I was like, wow, it was unexpected, you know, like I knew he told me that, but when it came back, and then, so I had my initial investment back, you know, within, I think it was around 2 years, you know, and then my investment was still yielding. And then when we sold it, I cashed out again. I mean, like, it was just a great deal, you know, like sure, there are problems. There are problems in every real estate deal. But he was very open, very transparent. He had built in those buffers. You know, he helped me understand and see. Now, I would think that, you know, some of the picture perfect deals that I'm looking for today may be a little bit different than that first one. But that's what made that one picture perfect. Today, for me, I want a clearly defined exit. You know, I'm typically, if I look at a PPM, I'm more concerned about IRR, but I'm also concerned about that exit. I need to know, once I make the money off of this opportunity, what am I going to do with it next? You know, like I don't have the luxury of sitting on that capital for long periods of time. And so I want to know what that window is. I want to be fairly, you know, I need that window to be fairly tight so that I understand what I'm going to do with it. I'm not going to take that capital out and just go have fun with it. I'm going to put it into something else that's going to yield. And, you know, so that makes the deal picture perfect for me today. A lot of the things that were part of the first deal, but then really it's helping me understand clearly what that exit strategy is and what that's going to look like. And if you could predict what a 6-month timeline on when that's going to happen, then it really sets me up for, you know, my 5 to 10 year plan that I'm working.